That is such a fun song. Thank you, choir. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Sunday celebration Christmas Eve service. My name is Brandi Pagano, and welcome to the High Desert Center for Spiritual Living in our beautiful community of Apple Valley, California. Now it's time for hugs and handshakes. So for all of those who would like to join in, you are more than welcome to get up, greet each other, and give a nice hug or a handshake or simply a namaste, whatever works for you. Enjoy and have fun.
Get ready.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, choir. Thank you, everyone. This is one of my favorite things that we do here at the High Desert Center for Hugs and handshakes and greeting each other. So once everybody's getting seated and settled down, it truly is an honor for us all to celebrate the oneness in each other. So thank you so much. And it's such a blessing for us all to be able to gather here today. Just take a look around. Smile at each other, offer that open heart, because I know that's what fills me up. So thank you all for offering that to me. We are an all-inclusive center of love, where we recognize and celebrate each person as uniquely divine. We view each individual as an expression of the one spirit in all. Together, we are co-creating a world that works for everyone. Here at the High Desert Center for Spiritual Living, we teach and embody the Science of Mind principles that support our core values, which are love, healing, spiritual growth, oneness, abundance, service, and diversity. Welcome home, everyone. Thank you for being here, and thank you for those watching us online, as we are so happy that you're with us today as well. And please say hello in the chat box and let us know how you're doing and where you're watching from. We love to connect with you. Thank you for being here. And we are sending you a very Merry Christmas. Let's all say Merry Christmas to everybody watching online. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Merry Christmas! Thank you. That felt good. Now, I invite everyone to join me in our community affirmation. It's in your program on the left side and also up on your monitors. And I know I need a breath, so I invite you all to take a nice deep breath in with me, letting that go. And another one just because it feels so good. Thank you. I can hear you breathers out there. Thank you. I believe in one power, one living spirit, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. I believe that spirit expresses through me and is the unity of all life. I believe that all thought is creative and that how I choose to think creates my personal experience. And so it is. So now, is there anyone joining us today for the very first time? If so, raise your hand so we can welcome you. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. If you didn't already get a welcome packet, there's one out on the welcome table in the garden room. It has lots of goodies and information in there. And if you have any questions on anything, find one of us. We'll answer questions for you. Thank you for being here. It's nice to see you again. All the ways that you can connect with our center can be found on the back side of your program, so I encourage you to take that home with you. We have all of our social media, our email, our texting service, all kinds of information on there. We love to stay connected with you, so hopefully you will stay connected with us. Now it's time for announcements. Current events happening at our center can always be found online and at the concierge table, which is updated regularly, so check back often as we are always adding new and exciting events and opportunities to gather. Today, at the end of our service, we will join in a circle for our special candle lighting ceremony with Reverend Valerie and our practitioners. And then after service, we have a hot chocolate bar and ginger treats during fellowship in the social hall. All are welcome to join for that. And just an FYI, the office will be closed Monday and Tuesday this week for the holiday. And the fifth agreement book study with Tina will be gathering on Wednesday, the 27th at 6 p.m. See Tina if you have any questions. Tina, could you raise your hand for those? There you go. So that's a book study on the fifth agreements, and if you have any questions, you can find Tina. This one I'm really excited about. Ecstatic Dance Night is happening on Saturday, December 30th from 6 to 9 p.m. I'm really excited for that. This is a $10 suggested love offering and is open to all ages. Kids 16 and under are free. You are welcome to invite your friends and family too for a great time together. See me or Dusty. Can you raise your hand, Dusty? If you have any questions on ecstatic dance, she can answer any of those. She's been hosting ecstatic dance for several years. We've been gathering together for that for a long time, but it's really great to do it in the sanctuary. And then after our ecstatic dance night, we are offering a PJ party, so a pajama party here in the sanctuary. Super fun. After ecstatic dance, there's a sign-up sheet in the garden room if you want to sign up to stay for the pajama party. It's totally free, and if you have any questions, you can find me after service. I'd be happy to answer that. You can bring a pillow, blanket, even a small air mattress if you'd like. And then the next morning on Sunday, December 31st at 4 a.m., we have our World Peace Meditation Gathering, and that's led by Reverend Valerie. Thank you for doing that. And it's going to be followed by a potluck breakfast. We have a sign-up sheet available for those interested in bringing something for the breakfast potluck. And we encourage you to arrive early. The doors will open at 3:30, so you can come in and get settled, find your nice, cozy meditation spot, and we will begin at 4 a.m. And then after all of that goodness, you're more than welcome to stay here in the sanctuary or go home, get ready, whatever you would like to do. And we will have our regularly scheduled events at 9:30 as usual. And then at the end of that service on Sunday, December 31st, we will have a burning bowl ceremony to release 2023 and welcome in 2024. So as always, everyone is welcome to come to any of our events. If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of us. And now I welcome our practitioner of the day, Lori Smith.
Thank you, and Merry Christmas, everyone. And now, please join me in reading Dr. Ernest Holmes' promises. They're on the front page and on the screen. Let's say those together. I keep the promise that I have made myself to affirm in this moment that I am abundant, healthy, strong, and happy. I keep the intention to daily speak this truth to my inner soul, telling it that it is wonderful and marvelous, that it is one with the great cause of life, truth, power, and action. I whisper these things into my soul until it breaks forth into songs of joy with the realization of its limitless possibilities. I assure my soul. And now a little contemplation time. Relax, breathe, and enjoy. Judy will join with me as we light the flames of faith. We perform the Flames of Faith ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples and all faiths, all beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call Spirit. The unity candle represents the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the first candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the second candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the third candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle, acknowledging all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principle. We light the 10th candle for inclusivity, affirming that all are welcome here. And as Judy lights the healing candle, please put silently into the light names of loved ones, knowing that they have the experience of Spirit's eternal love. And in this moment, I invite you to close your eyes as we move into this deep, sacred space within. This space of wholeness, this place of peace, of love. This is our place. This is our sacred sanctuary within, where Spirit speaks, where Spirit feels, where Spirit moves through our lives, through our words, through our thoughts. This is love. This is light. And this is your Christ consciousness, welling up, inspiring, lifting us to a new awareness, to new beingness, maybe a new love. May this new day, this new year, bring new life, bring new joy, abundance and prosperity to you all. Grateful and so thankful for this center, for its volunteers, its board of trustees. Thankful for its practitioners. Thank you for the music. Thank you, Chris. And let us bless Reverend Valerie and her message today. Allow it to fill you up and carry you forward to a new and blessed day. Knowing this and so much more, Together we say, and so it is. And now, please welcome, with her talk titled Embodying Christ Consciousness, Reverend Valerie Reeves.
Thank you. Thank you, Lori. Thank you. Thank you for the music, too. How great was that? So great to see you all. Good morning. Oh, it's Christmas Eve. Are you ready? Yeah, I know. It just seems so weird, right? So I have a story for you. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through my mind, I was thinking of all the great things I might find. Affirmations were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that my consciousness soon would be there. Inner garbage was wrapped all up in a bow. From the outside, I might have appeared like a pro. Kept burying over all the old stuff, consciously thinking my mind needed a muff. When negativity was my only mind chatter, I sprang to awareness to see what's the matter. When what to my wandering eyes should appear? Science of mind people saying, get your stuff clear. Up until now, please hear me, they said, your world you've created with thoughts in your head. Life is a journey that you have been granted. Be mindful of all the things that you've planted. Be brilliant, be loving, be perfectly smart. Love who you are and open your heart. You are the gift, the vision is clear. Be consciously mindful, the world is your mirror. And I heard them exclaim as they drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all, a good night. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm really wanting and knowing and claiming that each and every one of us are having the best Christmas ever this year, that we step into our higher consciousness, our Christ consciousness. And I'm going to tell my own metaphysical version of the birth of Christ. So here's Mary, and she gets this message from the angels. And angels, I'm going to say, are really our higher consciousness, our higher calling, that's saying something is going to be birthed through you that's going to change the world. So she's like, yeah, let's do this thing, right? Yeah, so she grabs Joseph. Hey, we got a baby coming. This is going to be really cool. And so they're choosing paths. And the story for me is really about the different paths that we choose, and that some places the doors may close on us. It's like, okay, let me go deeper within. Let me go to the manger where I can nurture myself. It is that place of self-contemplation where I'm really taking care of myself and nurturing myself and knowing that the stars are guiding goodness to me as the wise men show up, bringing beautiful gifts. Now, that is the story that I like, knowing that Mary birthed the Christ consciousness, the Jesus, as we celebrate the birth of Jesus, which is really the birth of our higher consciousness, the Christ consciousness, the birth of new ideas. And this is a time of new ideas, new love, new awakening of ourselves, knowing that the stars are shining and that people are following the stars, and we're following that inner star, that inner calling that's calling to us to grow, to love, to let go of the past, to be fully present. And Jesus, great teacher, great philosopher, great savior, helping people to remember that as you ask, you always receive. Do these things. Know that Spirit is within you, that the Father within, which is the doing energy within, is always hearing us as we lift up our hearts, lift up our minds. So interpreting it, because we all get to have our own thoughts, interpret things the way we choose to, I really want to talk about the Christ consciousness and what are you awakening to this Christmas? What is the gift you want to give yourself? And so everyone received a star. Yes, if you didn't receive a star, if you could raise your hand, and our beautiful practitioners will come around and make sure you got one. Everyone's got a star. So, and you have one. Yours is gold and mine is silver, and that's okay because it's all good. And the twinkling of the stars, the guiding of the way, and I like to think that that's our inner consciousness, lighting up the way for us as we find our own truth. The thing I love most about this philosophy and this teaching is that all of my teachers have always said, don't take my word for it. Check it out, try it. Experiment. Do my thoughts create my reality? Yes, I've seen it many times. Definitely check it out for yourself. Is there places in my life that I'm blocking my own flow? Maybe, yes. Am I loving myself fully, completely? Because each one of us are the gift that came forth. So you're here. You are the gift that came forth onto this earthly planet. So getting in that space of really having a love relationship with yourself, knowing that as we love ourselves, we have the love to give to others. So I want you to think about, what is the gift that you choose this year? And I'm not talking about the tangible. I'm talking about peace, love, joy, wisdom, clear consciousness, beauty, intelligence, all of the things that you are. So I want you to think about that gift. And as you hold your star, may you always remember you are the light of the world, and the world greatly needs the light that you bring. May you fully realize and embrace how loved you truly are by those around you as well as the infinite. May the sacredness of the season of light illumine your way, allowing you to fully see and use the gift of your life in a manner that honors the giver of the gift. May you be the light that diffuses the darkness in the lives of those who are isolated in the shadows of their own personal struggles. And may the peace that passes all understanding reside in your heart in this season of light and forever there within. Will you accept the light that you are, the star that you are? And when we have that light, if you so choose, I would like you to give it away and receive another star from someone else. So take a moment and exchange stars. And you may say, I give you the gift of love. I give you the gift of peace. I give you the gift of, go ahead, it's okay to move around. If you want to keep your own star because you love what you have, know that it's already within you. I give you the gift of love. Thank you. Yes. So knowing that we've all received something. And remember, the gift is a gift that you keep giving yourself. Put the star somewhere that you can remind yourself of the beauty, the brilliance, and the light that you are. Because we all have our own special light that we're bringing forth. And to really celebrate that this Christmas season. And we say yes, yes, yes to that. So this is a great season to watch some of our favorite shows, right? A Christmas Carol, which I was doing some research on A Christmas Carol because it's such a great story. And Charles Dickens actually published it December 19th, 1843, 180 years ago. Can you believe it? It's never been out of publication. So he started in October. It took him 6 weeks to write the story. And they published it December 19th. They published 6,000 copies. And by Christmas Eve, it was sold out. And they went into another publication and another, and they went like 13 different publications. And then he got around reading the story. But it's such a brilliant story. And I know that it meant more to him than just the story. But looking at the past, everything that we've done in the past that has brought us to this present, and if I keep on this same trajectory, this is what I'm going to be creating in the future. So am I happy with that? Where we get an absolute chance to reconcile everything that's happened in the past, to forgive ourselves, to forgive others, to not hold on to that stuff, but to move forward and to come to this space right here, with peace in the present. And even if it's somebody that's made their transition already, we want to release them, forgive them. Let it go. And then decide, what do I want to create going forward? And if I have any anger, frustration, even at myself, let me let that go. Love myself just as I am and just as I am not. Because we can't compare ourselves to anyone else. We're all different. So, pretty much, is there anyone who's never seen A Christmas Carol? Okay. I know, it's one of those classics. And I love the story so much because Ebenezer Scrooge has that chance to transform his life by the renewing of his mind. And so it starts out with his nephew coming in. I mean, here he is. He's got Bob Cratchit, who's freezing because he's working with like one little clump of coal, and it's like, please, could I have tomorrow off? He's working on Christmas Eve. I want to be there. My son, Tiny Tim. It may be his last Christmas. I really want to be able to be home for that. And he's like, well, you're not going to get paid for it. And, there's all that drama. And then his nephew comes in, and Merry Christmas. And he's like, what do you have to be merry about? You barely have enough food. Why are you so merry? What reason do you have to be merry? And his nephew says to him, what reason do you have to be miserly, to be angry, to not be happy? You really want to be able to, regardless of what's happening in life, have some love, have some fun. Give that love. Well, we know the story. The night the first ghost comes and shows him everything that happened in his life and how things changed. And he's like, I don't want to see anymore. I don't want to see anymore. And then the ghost of Christmas Present, based on where you are right now and the thoughts that you're thinking and what's happening, here's where you are. Here's what people are saying about you. And they visit his nephew's house. And he sees that they're happy and they're excited. And even though somebody starts to throw a little slander on Ebenezer Scrooge, his nephew will not have it. He's like, you know what? He is creating his own reality, basically, is what he's saying. That he is a victim of his own thoughts, and he's not living a merry life, so I feel sad for him. So to Ebenezer Scrooge, as they toast him. And then, of course, he visits Bob Cratchit's house, and he sees little tiny Tim. What will happen to him? It's like, well, without any help, he's going to pass. So there's some feeling, and there's that start of awakening within Ebenezer Scrooge, just like each one of us. There's that awakening that starts happening. It's like maybe uncomfortable a little bit in life because there's that inner knower, that light within that's saying, grow, don't just settle, don't just be here. There's that inner calling that's pushing us, maybe out of our comfort zone a little bit. So he's having that little bit of discomfort. And then the ghost of Christmas yet to come shows up, and he's like, nobody shows up at my funeral. Nobody has anything good to say about me. Nobody cares. We took a lot to get here as human beings, to come from spirit into the human form. So to be able to be here and not spread love, create a mark that we would really want everyone to know about. We want to take a look at where we are, and based on where I am right here and my thoughts, the seeds that I'm planting, what am I going to harvest? So how can I love myself and love the world around me? How can I let go of the past and get very clear about my intentions and what I want to create? We want to get clear about that. I'll just do a little plug. I'm doing an intentions workshop on January 14th, so you might want to join me and get some clarity. One of the things that he says at the end, it's like, is it too late? Is it too late to change? And that's when the ghost of Christmas yet to come starts to, because he says nothing the whole time. And I'm saying it's a he. Could be a she. Christmas yet to come starts changing. It's like, okay, there's a shift right there. And so Ebenezer Scrooge finds out it's now just Christmas Day as he wakes up in the morning. It's now just Christmas Day. I can actually change by changing right here, this moment. Giving $1 to somebody to go get the turkey, to get presents, to be present, to be loved, to show up at his nephews, to show up at Bob Cratchit's, to help them along the way. And one of the things that he says, I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all year. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons that they teach. So we learn from the past, we learn here in the present, and then we make our direction. Which path are you on? Are you listening to that higher caller inside you, the higher calling? Are you listening to that? Or are you just, I don't want to hear it because now I'm going to have to go do something. I'm going to have to break barriers. I'm going to have to step out of my comfort zone. How are you loving yourself, and how are you setting yourself up for the next day? And it doesn't mean that, oh my God, I have to do all this work. It's more sitting in the silence and listening to that inner knower inside. Which direction am I going? How am I loving myself? And what have you done for yourself today? Well, you gave yourself a star and you gave it to someone else. You shared your love. There's that. You got up, you got dressed, you showed up, you are plugged in, charged up, tuned in to that divine calling. So getting in that space of love and peace and harmony. Making peace with the past, peace with the present, and excited about the future. It's a great thing to remember the great story. There's also It's a Wonderful Life, one of my very favorites. And if you haven't watched it this season, or I talked to somebody yesterday, and, oh, I've never seen that movie. It's like, are you kidding me? It's such a great movie. It's a Wonderful Life. Have you seen it? Yes. Okay. Yes. It's such a great movie, and I love the old-fashioned, it's like little twinkling stars as the angels are talking to each other. And one of my favorite lines in the movie is at the beginning when they call Clarence the angel who has not received his wings yet. And he said, Clarence, we need you to go down to earth and help George Bailey. He's like, why? What's the matter? Is someone sick? Did someone die? What's going on? And he said, no, worse. Worse than someone being sick, worse than somebody dying. He's discouraged. Right? And to me, that's just such an epiphany. It's like when we get discouraged, we forgot who we are. We've stepped away from spirit. We've maybe stepped into fear. I use this a lot, but my acronym for fear is forgetting every available resource. And the biggest resource is spirit, that energy within us. So when we get into fear or we get discouraged, we've forgotten who we are. So take a walk, look up, because if you can look up, you can get up. It's like, look up, take a breath, notice the sky, remember the stars that are shining within you, because every beam of light is rejuvenating every cell in your body. Life is good, life is very good, because we claim it so. I mean, we could sit and just say, oh, everything's awful, and I had the worst childhood, and oh, life is bad. Or we can get excited, and it's like, you know what, this stuff happened, and I learned so much, and here's where I am, and here's the direction I'm going. And I don't have to be solid on that path, because I might start this direction, and Spirit calls me a little different. It's like, I didn't even know that was going to show up. Yay! So getting excited about it and loving who you are, having that childlike faith. I've learned that there are 4 stages in life. First, we believe in Santa. Then we don't believe in Santa. Then we are Santa. Then we look like Santa. Our 4 stages of life, right? So in this stage of life, we want to be at that happy, joyful space. Let me be at a good stage of life. Let me just declare that all is well and life is good and life is very good. All right, what else did I want to talk about today? Because we're going to talk about the light within each one of us as we do the candle lighting service, knowing that that light is always glowing within us, and that when we ask, we do receive. And I heard this great story of this minister who had a cat, and this little kitten, and he really didn't want a kitten. And then one day the little cat was up in a tree, and he's like, oh, come on, trying to coax it down with some food and some water, getting it down the tree. And he had got a great idea. If I throw some rope around this branch and I pull the branch down, I can get the cat. And he's pulling it back further, and the branch broke, and the cat went flying. So he's looking all over the neighborhood. Where is this cat? Oh, poor little here, kitty, kitty, kitty. He's not finding it. So he has to just let it go, trust that it's in the divine, perfect space. So the next day he's at the store, and he sees a lady that he knows does not like cats. And in her shopping cart, she's got some cat food. And he's like, excuse me, I thought you didn't like cats, and here I see you have cat food. And she's like, you would not believe what happened. She said, my daughter's been wanting a cat forever. And I said, if God gives you a cat, then you can have it. So she went to the backyard. I was washing dishes. I'm looking out the window, and she gets down on her knees, and she is praying for a cat, and you will not believe, all of a sudden this cat just came flying right in front of her. He's like, oh, yeah. I believe it. So do you believe? Yes. So knowing that as we believe, we do receive. So what do I believe about my life? What do I believe about myself? And maybe we haven't made peace with ourselves yet. Maybe we're afraid of success. Maybe we're afraid of stepping up to the plate. Put that down and say, you know what? I'm just going to walk in faith. I'm going to know that as I ask, the cats come flying. Whatever it is that I'm wanting is showing up in my life, and I've seen that happen time and time again. And sometimes I forget. It's like, oh yeah, I asked for that. So being very clear about the things that we're asking for and being mindful about what's going on through our mind, our words, our judgments. Again, if you spot it, you got it. My mom used to say, one finger pointing that way, you've got three pointing back at you. Spirit hears, right? Spirit knows. If I say this about someone else, let me see the good in everyone. Let me be the good finder, especially in this holiday season when maybe somebody's in a rush and they're cutting in line, or they're cutting you off on the path, on the road to your greatest and highest good. Forgive them. Move forward. Love it all the way through. Let me bless that person. Let me bless myself, because as we give, we do receive. So knowing that we are giving good thoughts, we are giving loving thoughts to ourselves also. When you look in the mirror, say nice things. Yes, look at me, good day. And not in an egotistical way, but in a way of, I love myself. I love how I show up in the world. And if you're having a hard time doing that, because when I used to do mirror work when I first started, saying I love you in the mirror was really hard. I would just cry because I wasn't loving who I was. So it's like, oh, right, which parts do I need to forgive? How can I let that go? Move forward. Mistakes? I've made a few. But here we are in this great adventure of life. And I feel like I've been all over the world so that I can bring the love right here where I am. Because we're picking up love everywhere. And so this holiday spirit, be the love, be the peace, be the joy, be the excitement. And if you can't find it, just look at the nighttime sky and remember that the stars are sending you beams of love and light, that you are the gift, you are the light. And so let's just go inside our heart of hearts. Just breathing in the fullness of life, closing our eyes to any appearances. Knowing that life is good and life is very good, that there is one mind, one power, one infinite intelligence. It is that collective consciousness. Knowing that the more we stay in that space of love, peace, harmony, we create a world that works for everyone. Creating a world that works for ourselves, that's full of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement. Best day ever. As I speak my word and claim for everyone here, that there is that awakening of the divinity of the I am, that we are beautifully and brilliantly. That we go to that space of gratitude. I am so grateful for my life, grateful for the people in my life, grateful for this Christ consciousness, for this collective awareness, for this reawakening of the divine. Birthing a new idea, birthing a new life, birthing a new way of being, that I claim it, I own it, I embrace it, as I just release my word into the universal action of the law, knowing that all is well. And so it is. All right. So now as the ushers come forward, we are going to read our offertory affirmation, and Richard's going to come up and sing a song as we do the offering. So he'll come on up. We're going to say our offering affirmation.
Divine
So it's
love.
here. Yeah, thank you. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to bless, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of this Spirit Center, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. Thank you. And now, okay. It's all good. We're going to have some beautiful music by Chris and Richard today as we embrace the blessing. Here you go. Thank you.
Okay,
There we
good
go.
morning and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. I claim to be a good singer, not a great singer. In fact, I've never been paid to sing, but people have offered me money to stop singing. I get a lot of money that way. By the way, this song is not about me. This song is about a baby who was born, and we call it Christmas Day. This song is called O Holy Night. Hope I can do it well. O holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appears and the soul felt his worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angel voices. Oh, night divine. Oh, night when Christ was born. Oh, night. Oh, holy night. Oh, night divine. Truly, he taught us to love one another. His law is love, and his gospel is peace. Chains shall he break, for the slave is our brother, and in his name all oppression shall cease. Sweet hymns of joy in grateful chorus raise we, let all within us praise his holy name. Christ is the Lord. Oh,
love that so much. Thank you. I love the part. The favorite line is when the soul felt its worth. And so I'm knowing that we're all feeling our worth, that we let go of anything that blocks that flow. And as we bless our gifts, our tithes, our offering, knowing that as we give, we receive abundantly, openly. And we just say yes, yes, yes to life, yes to the unfoldment, yes to the blessings, yes to the goodness, yes to our soul feeling its worth. Thank you to the ushers. And so it is. Thank you. And now our practitioners are going to come forward. Everyone received a candle. Yes, if you did not receive a candle, please raise your hand. So we're going to step into the sacred candle lighting ceremony, and we will make our big circle. Yeah. And when you light your candle, I'm going to start with mine. Lori's going to light off of me. You'll stay up here. And then Frank and Judy, and they'll begin the wonderful lighting. Go to the light, okay? It's the best way to do it. So if you go to the light. Yeah, so we're going to do like we do at the end, where we make a big circle. And let everyone come to the light, and we will start lighting once everybody's in that big circle.
Just so you know, if your candle is lit, don't turn it sideways.
Yes,
Let the
just-
next person light his unlit candle from your lit candle.
So if you see this, I'm holding mine straight up, and they're coming to the light. So you will come to the light, and then the next person, once they hold their candle up, you go to the light. Take your candle to the light. As we're stepping into this beautiful sacred ceremony of sharing our light. Knowing that this holiday season, we are reminded to shine our light beautifully and brilliantly. As we're all sharing our love and our light with each other. We're reminded of the uniqueness and the love and the beauty of the I Am that we are. Be mindful. And as we're in this wonderful circle of love, knowing that our light shines brightly, knowing that symbolically the light inside is lit brighter than ever before. And as we keep the light burning inside, as we carefully blow out our light, knowing that our light is still shining with ease, with grace, with love, with joy, that this is the best year ever. And so it is. So it is. Just stand here.
Thank you, everyone. Merry Christmas. We invite you to our hot chocolate and ginger treats bar. If you'd like to put your candles in the basket, Frank has the basket there. May you have a lovely day and Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. We'll see you next Sunday.